and welcome to the Shy Sheep. So on this week's video, I thought that we could do my top 5 figures of 2021. In truth, I decided to do this video because I saw that Gwyn Collects and Daijoububu had done this video and it looked really fun. And I thought even though I don't have like a whole lot of figures to choose from, it would be fun to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I know it's something you're interested in, but I thought it would be really fun. And I just have to say that it was really difficult to choose because I actually love all the figures very much in my collection, and I still do. It doesn't mean like the ones that aren't on here I just don't love. Like I love them all, and I just picked out like some highlights, I guess, for me. So without further ado, let's get these figure awards on. In 5th place, I have my Oikawa Nendoroid. Yeah, I picked a Nendoroid, but honestly I feel like 5th place deserves to go to Oikawa because Haikyuu is one of my top anime and it's really close to my heart and special to me. And Oikawa is my favorite character. He's best boy from Haikyuu for me. So when I got his Nendoroid, I remember being so overjoyed when I ordered him and like completely over the moon unboxing him. I think I was shaking. I was so happy. And he just makes me really happy when I look at him, and I love all of his cute little faceplates. I feel like they all represent him really well, and his hair sculpt is so cute, and his little tongue out face just completely makes the Nendoroid for me. I think he's so cute, and yeah, he's very special to me, and I love him so much. Of course I love all my Haikyuu Nendoroids, but it's just because he's best boy Nendoroid, and his Nendoroid is so cute, I mean. So yeah, I thought he deserved to be on here. And the one thing I have to say that I am still so sad about is when I was first putting him together, I broke the peg on his jacket, and I haven't been able to fix it. Like super glue hasn't, it's just re-broken. Then, just in case you were wondering, if I had to only have this at scales, 5th place would go to my Yuki scale figure by Kotobukiya. I know he's not particularly fancy and he is quite small and simple, but Fruits Basket is really close to my heart, and they don't have hardly any figures, and Yuki is like my physical representation of Fruits Basket. So he's really special in that way. Then we have 4th place. So, even though I unboxed this figure in 2022, I did purchase it in 2021, so I'm counting it as part of 2021. And that is my Kyojuro Rengoku figure, also by Kotobukiya actually. And I know that he is also probably not the fanciest figure in the world, but firstly, when I look at Rengoku, he just, especially this Rengoku figure, he makes me feel so happy and warm inside, and I don't often get that feeling. Well, I don't get that feeling from every figure I have. I have different feelings for different figures, but he makes me feel a special kind of happy and warm, you know, like just, like big brother. And I also think the detailing on him is amazing. I love the sculpt of his Demon Slayer corpse uniform and the shading on it, and how they chose an orangey red shading to suit his flame Hashira vibe kind of thing. I think that was really cool of them. His Nichirin blade detail is just impeccable. It's amazing. I love his base. He's actually a really big 1/8, and his body is like quite wide and big, so he actually has quite a presence. He's really difficult to display in some ways because he takes up a lot of space. Like his blade takes up a lot of space, his haori takes up a lot of space, and his base takes up a lot of space. So yeah, but I like how he looks, I like how grand he is, and I like how he looks with Shinobu. I do think they need something else in there, but we're just gonna ignore that for now. I think that he is a phenomenal figure. I mean, I think that he looks exactly like Rengoku, and they paid a lot of attention to detail. So yeah, I really like him, and I feel like he deserves the 4th spot on my list because he really is a favorite of mine. Third place goes to my Erina Nakari 1/8 throne figure by, I think it's Good Smile Company. Erina was one of my holy grail figures, and she's very special to me since she is from Food Wars, and I think her figure is, it looks like a piece of art to me, her figure. She just looks so beautiful. She has such a presence about her, sitting high up on her throne and like a velvet box riser thing where she's like looking down at you all condescendingly. Like, she really looks like a queen. Yeah, it's just, that figure has a lot of impact, and I know my boyfriend's mom always says that that figure is her favorite. And I think it's the one that most people that I've seen my figures look at first because of how grand she is, and I think she's beautiful. I think she is like the embodiment of Erina. And I love her dress. I love all the different paint finishes on her as well. And on her throne, like her shoes are glossy, and there's like this shimmery pearlescent paint on her dress, and then her crown is like goldy metallic-y, and then there's other parts of her which are matte, and like her throne has like a matte red finish on her chair, but the gold parts of it are like all shimmery and stuff. So I don't know, I think she's beautiful, and they got Erina spot on, and her hair, her eyes, her face, she's just beautiful. Number 2 on my list. We're almost at 1st place. I wonder who it'll be. 2nd place, I technically didn't buy this figure myself, but he literally could not not be on this list because he's amazing. And let's just say if I hadn't been gifted him, I definitely would have gone and bought him myself. So and that is the Eren Yeager re-release figure by Kotobukiya. He is by far the most detailed figure that I have in my collection. So much close attention to detail was paid to like every aspect of his figure, even behind him where you aren't even looking at him from most of the time. It's just as detailed as the front. And there's so much shading on him, like the shading is impeccable. He's just immaculate. I love the sculpts of him and his cape and how dynamic his pose is, and his base is super cool as like a tree trunk. And I love his face. It is so accurate to Eren. I think they translated Eren's personality really well into this figure. I feel like it really represents Eren very well. And yeah, I just think they made excellent choices for this figure, and there's nothing that I have to complain about this figure actually. There's so many little things on the figure, like the broken off blades and the like I want to say like scratch marks in the stump, and the sculpt of his boots and uniform, and the blades that he's holding, everything, the ODM gear, it's just incredible. It's incredibly detailed. I love the different finishes that they used as well, so that everything looks like it should. I don't know, it just feels like they definitely put their all into this figure, and it's beautiful. I love it so much, and I love looking at Eren. I often find myself looking at him. And for all of you wondering, I have decided not to get the matching Levi figure because of Fortitude Levi that has come out for re-release. So I will be getting Fortitude Levi if anyone's wondering. And now number 1, you guys. Drumroll please. My number 1 figure of 2021 is Alta Shinobu. I mean, how could it not be? I think by far she is the most beautiful figure I own, in my personal opinion. There's just something about her that is just, it just captures your eye straight away, or at least my eye. Like, I find myself looking at her more often than not. Like I've caught myself just looking at her without even knowing. I think she is like the embodiment of beauty in like figure form, and I don't know, I know she's really simple, but just her like floating there and like her haori flowing around her with the butterflies, oh, she just looks so elegant and magical, and I don't know, it just feels kind of like, I feel enchanted when I look at her, if that makes sense. Like it feels like I'm all of a sudden like in an enchanted garden and like there's Shinobu floating in front of me. She also has a like pristine detail. She's pristine, okay? She's perfection. But the details on her are pristine. I mean, her Demon Slayer corpse, the shading is purpley, which I really like for Shinobu. Her hair is beautiful. I love her eyes, and I love her haori just flowing out all elegantly. I love her pose, even though it hides her face a little bit, but I love just how soft and elegant but dangerous she looks, you know? Her blade is amazing, and the sword holder thing, it has like embossed stuff on it. I find her very, very magical, and I feel very calm and at ease and happy looking at her, and like I said, like I'm in an enchanted garden. So she's just beautiful. She definitely deserves my #1 spot in my opinion, and I really don't see her getting overtaken anytime soon. I haven't mentioned my Jujutsu Kaisen Nendoroids because I feel like it's unfair, because there's like 4 of them, so it'll be 4 spots gone, and I honestly can't pick between the 4 of them. I love them all very, very much, and they definitely would be on this list as top Nendoroids if they didn't make it so unfair for everything else. I do have 2 honorable mentions on here because I feel like they deserve it. The Nendoroid that I did want to mention is my Hinata Nendoroid, or Shoujo Hinata Nendoroid. Hinata is definitely one of my top characters in Haikyuu, and I love him dearly. I think he is the cutest little squishable little cutie pie in the world, and I just want to give him like a hug and like, I don't know, watch him fly high and cheer him on. I love how happy his face, that little happy face is that I have for him, or that I have chosen to display him as. And I just love all his expressions, and I love how adorable and happy they made him, and how Hinata-esque they made everything. His hair sculpt is adorable, it's so cute and so accurate to him, and I don't know, I guess whenever I look at Hinata, I just think of him always pushing through and not really letting his disadvantage of his height get him down or prevent him from going after his dreams. So he makes me feel kind of motivated and inspired when I look at him. So yeah, I had to mention Hinata because he's really crept into my heart a lot. And the other figure I wanted to mention is my Saber Alter dress version. She's not on the list because she doesn't give me all the feels that the other figures give me, but I think she's like a work of art. She's a masterpiece. I mean, the sculpt of her dress is just incredible, and the shading on that is, I mean, the paintwork, the shading, it's amazing. I think she's an incredible figure, and definitely I view her as like a piece of art in my collection. That's the list all done. So I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my top 5 figures with a few little extra mentions. I hope that you liked the list, and I hope that you think I made some good choices. I'd love to hear your guys' top figures this year that you picked up, because I think it would be fun. But if you don't want to tell me, that's okay. There's really no pressure. I just thought it would be fun. But anyway, that's all I have for you this week on this video. I hope that it was fun and enjoyable, and that it made you smile a little bit. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next week, but if you don't want to, it's okay, I understand. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye guys!